Hello, YouTube. This is Coder back with another stream, and today I'm going to be going over semantic elements in HTML. If you like this kind of content, like this video, subscribe, and without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so as you guys can see, I have the Visual Studio Code open here, and these are commented out elements that are semantic elements. And so, semantic elements are elements with a meaning. A semantic element clearly describes its meaning to both the browser and the developer. So, an example of a non semantic element would be div and span. It tells nothing about its content. Examples of a semantic element would be the IMG for image, table, and article. And that clearly defines its content. And so these are actual semantic captions here, such as article, aside, details, fig caption, figure, footer, header, main, mark, nav, section, summary, and time. So a semantic actual caption makes sense when you actually read it. So if a person says footer, you most likely know that's probably going to have to do with the footer at the bottom of the website. Or if someone has says nav, that is most likely the navigational bar with the menu navigation options and things like that. So I'm going to show you guys a few examples using these semantic tags. So, one semantic tab that you may know is section, and it clearly shows that you can separate content into these blocks, into kind of these separations called sections. And that's kind of what a section means. And I'm going to show you this code that I have just put here. And this is an example of the section element. So we have a section here and a section here. And I'm going to go ahead and play this, and we will see what this looks like. And so, actually, let me I put this in the head section, which is the incorrect section to put my HTML code that I actually want in my body. I want it in my body under the title, H2 title I have here. So I will actually put it there for it to make more sense. And so, all right. And now this is what the website looks like. You have the H2 title right here, and then you have the two sections, and the two sections are this is the first section, and this is the second section. And this is to clearly organize your content into things like a section. And so that's an example of a section. And another semantic element is an article. And I'm going to show you an example of the article tab. And so I'm going to go ahead and below these guys, these sections, I'm going to show you the article tag. And let's see the visualization of the article tab. As you can see here, I have 3 article chunks. This article, and this article. And let's see how HTML handles the visualization of things inside the article tab. So I'm going to go ahead and save this, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play that and see how that looks. Okay, so all right, so here we have the things under the articles tab, which starts right here where it says Google Chrome. And it looks very similar to the section, but that's another way of how you can organize your HTML. And if you most likely are writing an article, feel free to use the article element. And next, I'm going to show you how you can have different things nested in within each other, such as an article that has several different HTML elements within it. And I'm going to go ahead and show an example of that. And this is an article with a header. All right, so let's see how that looks like. All right, so it looks very similar from the other ones. And so you can also use header to kind of show the beginning part, such as the title and kind of a subtitle here. So the title and the subtitle inside the header, followed by what you would have in the body of that particular article. All right, and let us go ahead and show you an example of a footer. So, to specify specifically what you want in the footer, you can use the footer tag. And this is an example of something that you can put in the footer, such as the author's name and the place where you can email the author. And of course, you can put whatever you want inside the footer, but this is going to be what is in ours. So let's see what that actually looks like here. All right. So we actually have our footer here. And, since we don't have any styling or borders or anything like that, it looks like this, but of course, you would probably want to put a border on it to distinguish it better from your other content. So, but here is what you can do to do a simple footer. And all right, the next thing I want to show is a nav bar, a navigational bar. So, for instance, let's say you have multiple pages to your website and you want to go to different pages besides just your home page. So you're going to have a navigational bar. And this is an example of a navigational bar, which I'm going to go ahead and put here at the top. And this is going to be examples of links that you can travel to within your website. But of course, you're going to have to make real pages to put right here in order for the link to work. But this is for example purposes only so that you can see what that is structured like. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. All right, as you can see at the top here is where I have my navigational links. All right, so you would have like something like homepage, about us, contact us, and blog, things like that that you would put on your website. And this is how you would structure it in the raw HTML. All right. And next, I'm going to show you guys the aside element. So let me go ahead and put this aside element on our web page. And so going to put this after our article, and then I'm going to put this. All right. And as you guys can see, this is what I have pasted. So the aside tag will have the following content here. It says the Epcot Center. Epcot is a theme park at Walt Disney World Resort featuring exciting attractions, blah, blah, blah. And so let me go ahead and show you guys what that looks like. All right. Okay. So we're down here. And then we have these things within the aside, which is the Epcot Center. Then this, the content there. And the aside, it's very much like the other ones here as well. And so the aside, you can also put some styling into it. So I'm going to go ahead and put some styling in our aside. So let me go ahead and do that example. So I'm going to go up here to the style section, which is completely empty. And I'm going to go ahead and add some styling to the aside. All right. And that's the styling that I added to the aside. And then I'm going to put a bit of information after the aside as well. Down here, I'm going to go back to my aside. And then after the aside, I'm going to put this information here. And then let's see what that looks like. I have after I have applied styling to the side. All right, let me see what that looks like. Okay, as you can see, I've added the styling in such a way to be able to display the aside over here on the right side, and it also has the styling to put it in the box with the italics here. And this is what is the contents that are in the aside, and together with styling I can separate it from the other things and have it on the side like it is meant to be. And so, and again, this is the styling that I added to it, which the width 30%, padding 15 pixels, float right, font style italic, background light gray, and so this this is what we get from that. And so there's other ones such as figure and fig caption. I'll go ahead and show that quick example here, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this after that side content, and I'm gonna put it there, and it actually, let me see here, it needs an image, so I'm actually going to link to this image right here instead, a direct link, since I don't have the image downloaded to my local website. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what that looks like. All right, so what that looks like is the following. As you can see, there's a picture, and below it says Figure 1, Truly Baglia, Italy. And so, as you can see, this is the figure caption, and the figure is, and the image and the fig caption you put within the figure tag to have something that cleanly looks like this, the picture and the figure below. Okay. And so, but yeah, there are other ones as well. But yeah, remember, these are the semantic tags. And All right, that's what I wanted to show you guys today for this broadcast. If you like this kind of content, like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment, and like always, stay coding. And until next time, see ya all later.